I, the pure consciousness, or the sense of self-awareness, would manifest the words of truth and wisdom through his finite mind and through his finite body. I, the pure consciousness, or the sense of self-awareness, would manifest the words of truth and wisdom through her finite mind and through her finite body. In your spiritual evolution, Shakti, in your spiritual evolution, as you grow, you realize that you learn to look at life as it is happening without any words, but life as an energy. When you learn, that's what I'm saying, when you learn to look at life as it is happening, when you learn to look at life as in truth, without words, without titles, then life becomes easier. When you say life is difficult, you look at life as difficult has any meanings. When you say life is easy, you look at life as easy has any meanings. No word in reality has no meanings. We have mentioned that to you numerous times. So look at life in the purest form as it is happening in terms of vibrations. Look at life as it is happening in terms of vibrations, in terms of frequencies, as life is happening as an energy. You see, life is difficult. All the faith that mind of humanity has put in the word difficult goes in there. Then life looks very difficult. Life is easy. Then all the faith, whatever the definition of easy the mind of humanity has put there, goes in there. You see, life is happening with or without words. It means words are not telling you what's happening. Only what you are feeling is very significant. Only at any given moment what you are feeling is very crucial. What you are feeling is very dire at any. This is where you need to invest all your energy. You need to make it smooth and lighter what you are feeling in any given moment. You need to take inventory of yourself at any moment, at any given second during the day, by closing your eyes and sit still and see what you feel. And if you feel agitation within, if you feel compulsion within, if you feel restlessness within, if you feel anger within, you see, do not feel these vibrate, do not feel these, do not feel these, what the word I am looking for in English, do not feel these through the words, you see. Words, second, abstract reality, thought. Thought cannot tell you what you are feeling. You are feeling with or without thought, isn't it? More than 1/3 of the time or more than half of the time, I have no thought in my mind. However, I still am feeling whatever I am feeling. I hope you are understanding my point. Sometime I try uh, to expose the truth and wisdom, which is very difficult in words to say. But however I do it, the more clarity we have in us, the less duality or no duality have in us at any given moment, the more we are able to convey what we want to convey, you see, in a more and effective manner, you see. So what I'm saying, I have no thought half of the time in my mind, you see. I am feeling. So my point is, you are feeling with or without the words, you know. Uh, so look at life through what you feel, but not what you think you feel. Words, a combination of words, thought, abstract reality. When we look at life in silence, you know, when we look at life in with a silent mind, with no words interacting with what we are feeling, life becomes very easy, you know. This is one of the main significant tool that I wanted to give you. Life becomes very easy. However, easy or difficult itself has no meanings. You are feeling what you are feeling, so take inventory during the day. Sit somewhere quiet and silent, you know. Sit somewhere quiet and silent, and close your eyes and see what you are feeling. If you are feeling all these vibrations within you that I just mentioned not long ago, then it means that you need to keep going, and you need to keep working on yourself to one by one to get rid of these vibrations. Fear, I'm scared. Dual, not that I am scared, I'm saying fear. Duality, you know, trying to snatch your focus while you want to be by yourself, trying to snatch your attention. So it, excuse me, trying to snatch your attention so it can feed itself. Of course, I'm talking about mind, you know, trying to snatch so it can feed and have no remorse for you. When the mind tries to snatch your attention and your focus, this is where your suffering starts and you are being abused by it. So no matter how compulsive it is, so no matter how super compulsive it is, do not give your attention. That requires a lot of free will, and we have given you numerous tools in the videos in the past about that, how to free your will. The point I am trying to make, the center of these few words of wisdom, is basically that look at life in a more easier way, in a more simpler way, but not complicated way. Words make everything complicated. You know, words do a number of things. Words are only useful when you want to convey a message, what you want. Words are only useful when you want to convey, to answer somebody. Words are not useful so words can play and tell you how you feel, because whatever the words are telling you, how you feel, or any number of those things along that line is not true. You feel with or without words, don't you? You see, if you never learned a single word in your entire life, and if you were not exposed to any type of civilization, you would still be feeling, you know. But this feeling is authentic. This feeling is not corrupted with the words. This feeling is not corrupted with the focus of the sick mind of humanity. When the focus from the sick mind of humanity goes into the words, it makes it contaminated, if I use the right English word. Um, Life is very simple, no heartbreaks or anything when you look at life without expectations. Expectations, what are expectations? You are expecting something from somebody. You don't need to expect anything from anybody, including your growth. Or you are living in a mirage, you see, and soon this mirage would be over and you would wake up in the reality. We form a relationship, we have expectations. A person who is totally authentic and truthful to himself and herself does not have hypocrisy. It's not very difficult to get rid of hypocrisy. You go into a relationship, an average human, I'm talking to you. Do not take it very personal, humans, because you humans take everything personally. When I say you, whoever my seer is, my loved one, my listener, there is a slight chance. I'm not saying all the time or all of the people are like that. No, I'm not saying that. But there is a slight chance the listener can say, are you talking to me? The listener can say, are you accusing me of being hypocrite? No, my treats, it has been a while that I spoke with you here. You see, it is very significant for me to say what I want to say. So your suffering, if it does not end, if you understand, if your suffering, if it does not end, at least it would be less, you know. Have no expectations. Do not have no expectations from your own self, you see. Why do you have expectations from somebody that you would change this person? Or why do you have expectations from somebody other than you that you would change this person and then you would get the outcome you want? Is this love? You cry all of the time on media that you are single and how desperate you are to be with somebody. I'm not challenging your feelings or emotions, but your feelings or emotions, there is another way to look at it, just not through the eyes of a relationship. You see, once you accept yourself, once you look inside and you have clarity, the life ingrained in you, the life running within you, it is so dense that it would keep you engaged for a million of years. You would not even think or have a slight thought. You would not even think or have a slight thought about getting involved with someone. And if you want to get involved, these are the significant tools that I'm bringing clarity. If you want to go into a relationship, please be authentic. Do not play with other person. You have secret agendas in you. You have secret expectations from that person. And then you realize after 3 years, you realize after 4 years that it was all wasted because the person obviously did not fall or did not the person obviously did not fall or did not meet your expectations, and then you say that I don't see no growth. Why are you so adamant? Why are you so inclined to grow with somebody? Things, as I said, look at life without words, it would be easy. You look at a person, you say love, word, you say partner, is word, spouse, is you say word, you say partner, you say spouse, you say girlfriend, you say boyfriend, or whatever the word, these are all words. You say going into a relationship, word. You say I have love for this person, word. Oh, you see, humans create abstract reality based on these words, and then they start living, and they give so much faith into these words that these words become alive and tell human what you are thinking, and tell human what you are doing, and tell human how to think and tell human what not to think. You see that, and more, and one third, a huge population of you humans live a life of 70 years, live a life of 80 years or 90 years, and not once you see it because you have no clarity. That's why in the end you get hurt. You look at life as energy, vibrations, and frequencies, energy, which life is. Life is energy given birth by awareness or consciousness, given birth. You know what it is. You know how it is like to give birth. Have you ever given birth? So life is an energy which is given birth by consciousness or the sense of self-awareness. This energy is creating vibrations. This energy is creating frequencies. Before you take the form, before your body, your soul connects with another person. Before your body, the content of your mind connects with another person. You see, but you do not see this profoundly. You know why? Because you have no clarity. And why do not you have clarity? Because it requires tremendous amount of focus at least some time, for some time during the day. It requires to come out of the words, all this goes spouse, my wife, my husband, my fiance, and then a relationship and love. Why don't you look at the person who is closest to you, and you are even living with that person, you are making love with that person? Why don't you look at that person as a previous karmic bond that you are transcending? Look, when you have transcended whatever the account you had, when you have transcended whatever the previous karmic bond you had, this would wear out naturally. That person in the experience and the entire experience would wear out. You know, you see, when you see something so immaculate, you see something so pretty that you have not seen in your entire life and never will you. I witnessed the light once. I told you about my experience when I was physically dead for a few minutes. This light, there was white everywhere, is the first, this light is the first manifestation of I am. Through the point of view of separate self is separate self, through the point of view, or through the perspective of Brahman, I am. Through the perspective of Brahman, it's I am. Through the perspective of Brahman, which is I am, gives birth to light. Light is life, the first manifestation of I am, life. Light takes life everywhere. When there is nothing, then light comes, because it is the first identifiable object in the darkness. When there is nothing, please understand this, when there is nothing, there is just I am. You see, when there is no effort, you see, I hope you are understanding. As I said, I mentioned things that requires tremendous amount of focus, but everything makes sense in the end. So pay attention and keep your focus intact with me. When there is no effort, when there is no distance, when there is no change, when there is no effort at all, just no effort, just simply no destruction of any object, no destruction of any word, no destruction of any memory. What is there? What your mind understand as nothingness? What is there? What your mind understand as darkness? You see, so that's I am. Then it gives birth to life, because it interacts with itself, and then light comes. When I was in the light, when I was in this light, if you know, I I looked, I looked at, it's not that I looked physically. I was not, when I'm saying I was in the light, I am telling you from the perspective. I am telling you from the perspective of a separate self. But there is no distance between myself and the light. I am the light, if you understand. So, but still I am perceiving myself as light. So what happens is, I said, look at this. When was I was perceiving myself that I am part of, and myself was perceiving separate self. Myself was perceiving separate self. And I said to myself, look at this. It is immaculate. You know the meanings of immaculate. Immaculate means when there is not even a shred, when there is not even a slight crack. Look, it is immaculate. It is not everything, everything that you have learned or have been exposed to, everything that you have any awareness of, in other words, is in the light, you know. Everything what you have been exposed to, or everything, I'm not saying anything, I'm saying everything, anything and everything what you have been exposed, what you have any awareness of, you see, it's in this globe. And this is all the beauty of this creation. If you know all the beauty of creation, you see a sexy woman, or you see a sexy man, very attractive sexy woman, very handsome sexy man, you see, or you see somebody, not even men or women, if the person does not even if the person does not even classify themselves as any gender, which is also fine. Just like me personally, I do not classify myself with any gender, but still, beauty, if you are perceiving, does not require what you are perceiving beauty in. You see, the moment you attach a title, men, women, or transgender, I personally, no men, no women, I don't accept what you tell me. I accept what I feel. I don't accept what my mind tell me, because my mind is education. My mind is conditioning. My mind is domestication. I don't accept that. I personally experience, and that's what I accept. The truth I know is what I personally experience. So when I looked at that light, and the more I looked, not in terms of time, but just the more I looked, the more it didn't, it's perfect. Perfect means it can, there is no, there, nothing can be changed about its beauty, if you know, if you understand. Nothing, nothing can be changed about its beauty. It's perfect. Nothing can be added in. It is a perfect balance. It's so balanced, and it is made so extremely complete. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's the word. It is made so complete that nothing can be added in it. That, and you see, the light, as I said, as energy, all this gave, all this feeling it gave me, but with no words, did I still not perceive. My point today is, do not perceive life, or learn to perceive life beyond words. When you learn to perceive life beyond words, you get rid of fear, and you get rid of duality, you get rid of uh, you get rid of illusions which keep you scared. You see, you need to break these illusions. You get rid of the fear of end, the fear of demise. Why are you investing so much in your surrounding, in the experience, that you get scared that one day would be taken away. Whether you are scared or you are not scared, one day would be taken away. It's a promise from us. You see, when I say us, now I'm talking through the perspective of Brahman, which encompasses everything. Because when I speak with you, I am one and I am merged with Brahma. You see, I am one and I am merged with Brahma. I am merged with Sacred. Right now, I am not in a profound, if you understand, right now, you see, right now, I am not in a profound state of meditation, which is rather samadhi, but I still am in a state of meditation. So, when you see through the perspective of words, going back to the main point number 2, look at life without words. When you look at life without words, you have no expectations. Before you get involved, before you try to get involved somebody, be authentic to yourself or you would get hurt, because you have agendas, hidden agendas in your mind based on the experience, and you are expecting something in return. When you have no expectations, you never get hurt. You see, you never get hurt. I tell you my own experience. You see, I don't expect anything from anybody, including the partner I live with. I don't know for how long though now. This is the second time it is looking like that it is going to happen. First time it happened in the October of 2017. You know, October. First time it happened in October of 2017. Since October of 2017, and now 2022 is going to be on end. You know, there was some progress. You see, there was a previous look at life as it is happening. There was a previous karmic account. There was a previous karmic account which needed to be transcended. If you know, that account needed to be that account needed to be transcended, and that account needed to be dealt, if you understand. मेरे को शक्ति, that account needed to be transcended and that account needed to be dealt. You know, when you are passing, when you are walking on a street and you are seeing, and here, and you see, you are seeing a stranger coming from the opposite direction, and you look at the strangers. You do not make anything out of it, but you look at the stranger. You say either it's a man or it's a female or it is what it is, you see. But your mind is run even in that moment. If you pay attention and focus, your mind is run by the words, you see. And you say word, this is it. This is another karma which is passing by. When you are driving and passing a car, a stranger is sitting in the car is coming from the opposite direction, and out of nowhere a stranger looks at you and you just both drive by. That is also another karma, another point of energy that needed to be transcended. So minute, so small, so tiny. What the word I'm looking for in English, encounters are all karma. You see, countless times you have been here, countless times. Since your brain is new, you do not know. We told you. Look at life in that way. This is happening in my life second time. A partition may happen, you see. A partition may happen. A separation may happen, you see. Does it Is it sad? Does it hurt? The answer to that is who is experiencing. You see, everyone experiences and process through the wisdom they have been exposed. And everyone process and everyone experiences and process through the wisdom they encompass through the what is wisdom? Wisdom, clarity. Clarity, the more clarity you have, the chances are the less hurt you would be. The more clarity you have, the chances are the less hurt you would be. You see. So, am I hurt? Am I sad? No, I am not hurt. And no, I am not sad because again, wisdom or clarity, the same thing. The more clarity you have, the more wisdom you have. Wisdom is what? Wisdom is to make your life easy. It's very simple. Wisdom is just to make your life easy. If you are getting rid of duality, if you are transcending fear, jealousy, anger, all the negative traits, that's simple. This is all wisdom, you see. And how you are getting rid of, you have clarity. If you didn't have clarity, you would say my partner. If you didn't have clarity, you would say my wife. I was married for 10 years. If you didn't have clarity, you would say that my boyfriend or my girlfriend or this and that and that and that. You see, if you didn't have clarity, then all your faith, then you are looking only at the software which is being played on the screen. But or you are looking and fascinated with the characters and the movie which is being played on the screen, you see. But all there is to the movie that you are so fascinated with, all there is to the characters of the movie that you are so involved in, you see, are because there is a screen, you see. Is it legitimate to establish? That's the more potent, that's the more refined, articulate, and more expressive way in English. Is it fair to establish that to the movie that you are so fascinated with and the characters in the movie that you are so fascinated with, is it fair to say to all that there is just a screen? Had there not be the screen, there is no movie, there are no characters, you see. Do you understand? So I want you to look at the movie through the perspective of the screen on which the movie is being played, but not through the perspective of the person who is watching the movie. You see the difference? Do you comprehend what I'm saying to you or no? That is the difference. This is, I hope you are totally comprehending what I am saying to you. I want you to look at this life energy as I want you to look at this life energy as life energy. I want you to look at life and experience life energy through the perspective of the life energy. That's what I am saying to you, but not through the perspective of somebody who becomes the victim if they don't have clarity. I was married for 15 years. I was married for 20 years. I was in the relationship for 7 years. I was in the relationship for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or 25 years, 30 years. Now it is coming to an end. When you look at this particular scenario through the perspective of words again, then you look back 1 year, all the faith and the focus through the sick mind of collective mind of humanity goes 1 year. 1 year becomes alive. 2 years, 5 years. You see, you are comparing what's been offered to you based on the content of your karma, which is creating this narrow band. Remember, you have this narrow band. But the narrow band is this what you are experiencing? This is narrow band, but this narrow band is the content of your very karma. You see, and some of this content you have transcended. Why did I give you a while ago? Why did I give you the example of light? Because the more you look at perfection, it's not the perfection is being improved. It's just that your vision is being clear and clear. The more you spend time with somebody, specifically if you have some type of agenda in your mind and some expectation, and you look at life through words, that would wear out. You see, that would wear out. You would have no love. You see, because the fundamental or the basis of the relationship was wrong. Expectation is no love. There is no such thing as unconditional love. If you understand what I'm saying to you, there is no such thing as unconditional love. If there is love, it is unconditional. Otherwise you can say I love you. It has no meanings. You see, I love you. It has no meanings. Then you go in a relationship, you have expectations, and then your partner is not falling. Maybe your partner is an authentic partner. When your partner is not falling on your expectations, if you know, when your partner is not meeting what the secret agenda you had in the back of your mind, you say there is no growth. You see, what is growth? Do you know what growth is? Do you know anything? Do you know what growth is? What is growth? Then you would say to your partner that there is no growth. I don't see no growth. Why do you expect somebody to grow with you? It doesn't work like that. You are here to transcend this. Once you have transcended a particular vibration, you are a vibration in you are a vibration in the energy. You see, when you are looking at life, not through words, you are a vibration in the energy, and your partner is another vibration. These two vibrations were matched or had some type of encounter with each other, maybe in the previous life, or maybe silent the mind, maybe in the previous life, or maybe the life before, or the life before, or the life before. Numerous. It could be maybe 10 lifetimes before. It could be maybe 300 times. But as long as there was an open account, you would come back to close that account with that person. That's how I look. That's why I'm not hurt. I know the way it looks, it's definitely departure. The way it looks, it's definitely, separation and stuffs like that. But don't be sad. You can call it a break off. You can call it a breakup. You can call it whatever you want to call it, you see. But the way I look at it, I do not see in that way. I see there was a karmic account, and there was a karmic account, and that account I have transcended, or these two vibrations, whatever the business they had, they have transcended that account. Now it's time to close the account, because if you try to cling on the account while the account is closed, in that account it may open a sub account, you see. And if your experience was not pleasant, but the vibrations are transcended based on the encounters in the previous lives, then the next vibration, which is also, if you understand the next vibration, which is also as significant and as important than, and as this experience was, as this vibration was, if you understand, the next vibration is not going to take place while you signed up, before you took the birth and before you took the form of this. You signed up to transcend that vibration too. So the way I look at it, if you are so adamant to use the words to look at life, is it's like one door is being closed, but in the same time another is being opened. You see, which door is more important, the one which is closed now or the one which is being opened? The one which is being opened. You see, the one which is closed is done. It's under the gutter. It's under the water. It does not exist anywhere but in your remembrance. It does not exist anywhere but in your memory. You see, your memory. And if you do not know how to handle the memory, if you understand what I'm saying, if you do not know how to handle the memory, then there is no stopping of your suffering. How do you know how to handle the memory? Through the Kriya meditation and taking the right measure. Everything comes down to that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you say there is no growth. You see, that becomes the reason of you going in your way and deciding what I expected in the back of my mind, because it's all hypocrisy, isn't it? Or the silent expectations, or the hidden expectations that I had in the back of my mind. This person didn't fall, because obviously if you pretend and you have the silent expectations, because of course if you pretend and you are not expressing and you are not talking, but you still have the silent expectations, and your partner may not be even aware of your expectations, but you say things time to time in this process. You say things time to time as you are spending time. You try to push a little by little, because these are the expectations. You want to see your partner in a certain way. So not only that you are hurting when the partner is not meeting those expectations, but you are hurting others. Now that is opening another account of karma, because you caused, you see, because you caused a certain, again, you caused a certain vibration. Shush. Because again, you caused a certain vibration, and since the partner was not familiar or aware of your secret agenda, didn't meet, and then you decide there is no growth. So growth in your mind is the expectation. If your partner meets the expectation, if your partner does and want to and to do and agrees to do what you are asking, then there is growth. This is your definition of growth. The real growth has nothing to do with your definition of growth. Your definition of growth is, as long as I'm getting out of this person what I wanted and the secret agenda that I had in mind, there is growth. You are not concerned with grow mutually or anything. You are concerned as long as the partner is meeting your expectation. That's what you understand growth. I have seen majority of you humans act like that. You look at life through words, and then you scheme using those words. This was very significant today. I hope you understood. I truly hope you understood the gist of the message. You see, I tried to make it clear, as I say, as I tell you time to time, that I bring clarity about things that are sometimes very, very difficult. Sometimes those things are very difficult to express in words, but I do it, you see. And not only, and what I mention here, I do not talk to you fiction. What I mention here, I do not talk Bible, which is a fiction book. I do not talk Quran, which I appall. I I am appalled by Quran, because we are not going to go into it, you see. I would find a shred of wisdom in Bible, but nothing in Quran, you see. Torah is Old Testament. These are all, each one of these books that I have mentioned basically are fictional books, you see, totally fictional, and have no shred of wisdom. I do not thump Bible, John verse 6, chapter 62. You learn so many words from these fictional books. These books are full of hypocrisy, specifically Quran. You repeat as it would make a difference in somebody's life who is listening to the words. What is in these books, you see? You understand what is in these books? In these books, there is nothing but the words, isn't it? How can word change some word which is coming outside of yourself? How that word can change anything in your life? You see, even if you believe those words, they don't do anything. You see this guy homeless, suffering in silence, uh, going door to door, trying to live in the church. The guy is, what I'm saying, the guy practically lives in the church, you see, and says praise to the Lord or Christ. But why still is not coming out of her or his misery? Why still homeless? Why still couldn't find a job or have no luck with job while living in church where supposedly, according to these Christians, God lives or Jesus lives? If you are so devoted, and if it is coming from divinity or the source of creation, then the question becomes basically, you why are you going through suffering? You see, you understand? Then why are why are you going through suffering? Why are you going through misery or such tough time? But then you would say that salvation is not possible without suffering. This is an excuse of something that you have no knowledge. This is an excuse of something that you have no knowledge about. If you understand, you cannot explain why. So you say, and inevitable, that's the word I'm looking for. So you cannot explain why there is suffering, while according to you are doing the right thing, you are the saint, you see. Then you would say, without suffering salvation is not possible. No, this is a lie, that without suffering, God does not test you, God does not play dice, God does not throw stones on you from the sky. No, you have done something, you are facing it. Not necessarily you did in this lifetime, or the lifetime before, or the lifetime before. Maybe you transcended yourself. Maybe now, you know what, the thing is, I speak with you very blatant and open. I refrain, however, to use generic terms here, but every now and then, to get through your thick skull, I do, because there is no easy way with humans sometimes, you know. So, just like that, you used to be a hooker, you used to be a slag for 30 years, and you did your fun, you had your fun, you see. But after, when everything worn out, you went to church and you became a devoted, reborn Christian, which is all lie. You see, nobody's going to reborn, nobody, nothing. All this combination and everything is a lie. Then you became a reborn Christian, and then you basically went to church and Christ embraced you, and you got Lord on your side. When again you still remain miserable, then what you do, since you have a false illusion in your mind that Lord has embraced you and you have God Lord on your side, and now you are reborn, you become self-entitled, basically. You become self-entitled to judge people. You become holier than thou, but you still do not find the source of your misery. Your misery is self-created. You created this misery. No Christ, which I hold up on a very high level, by the way. Just Christ, no Christianity. Christianity is a lie. A Bible is a lie. And the people, sadly and unfortunately, follow the any human construct religion. Half of the time, sadly, it's a sad situation, half of the time I find them extremely hypocrite and very judgmental. You see, they suffer, but they say, I'm a Christian man or I'm a Christian woman. I do not believe in divorce. I suffer every moment. I hate my partner. I hate his guts. I hate his face. I self pleasure by fantasizing about other men and women. You see, this is what you are. I fantasize all the time and I hate my life. But then when you go to church and you know what happens, those people over there, they admire you. This is your truth. Those people over there, they say, wow, bravo, congratulations, whatever the title of English they want to use and attach. And they say, wow, you have been married for 40 years. In those 40 years, every moment you committed a sin. That's what I am saying now. Those people would say, bravo. Those people would say, you have been married for 50 years. One of them guy, his name was John, an older man. I do not use the term gentleman for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. An older man, by the way. And he told a couple of times to me that he was married for 45 years. And I looked at him and I said, do you want me to request a reward? Or do you want me to request a medal from Lord Christ? Huh? You have been married for 45 years. Do you want me to request a medal? Some type of recognition of your loyalty that you don't have. Loyalty is not what you show. Loyalty is how loyal you are from within to your partner. You see, you go and fantasize about other men, excuse me, other women and men. You fantasize about every man and every woman who is not your partner. You see, that's the level of your hypocrisy. Then you go to church every Sunday or Saturday, and over there, what you do, you are, a lot of people are applauding. You see, a lot of people are applauding, and you become very happy because it boosts your ego that look how loyal I am. These are my Christian brothers and sisters who are giving me a medal. But over there you make a memory of the good looking men and women, and when you are in privacy you fantasize. You see, you pleasure yourself by thinking about them. That's your story. You see, and you hate the guts of your partner. You hate the um, you hate the guts, you hate the looks, you hate the presence of your partner, but you are married for 50 years. Applause. You go against yourself, you commit a sin. You do not go to church, and the entire life of yours is no sin because it has nothing to do with sin. There is a fire burning within you, hate the guts of your spouse. You, but you do not believe in divorce because you are led by words, belief, which doesn't take you anywhere, or faith, which does not take you nowhere. You are in a zero. You are stuck in a zero. You have become a big zero, and then the fire is in there. Resentment is in there. Who is the one who is perceiving that? Your partner? No. You are suffering in silence. You are being miserable in silence. You are you are being tormented, unfortunately, in silence. You who is the one who is perceiving all these emotions? You are perceiving, you are the center of your perception. Who is the one who is getting a reaction from these negative emotions? the resentment, the anger, the the hate, who you are the one who's perceiving it. When you are perceiving, it starts a fire. Isn't it these so-called religions, the human constructs? Isn't it these so-called religions, the human construct, tell you that hell is a place where the fire is burning? Isn't it the same feeling? Isn't it the same similar and familiar feeling when this all these negative emotions within you start that fire around your ears? You become very agitated, you feel suffocated, you do not like what you feel, but you still do not address the problem because you are the person of faith. I know person of faith. I am the guy of doubt. I plant the seed of doubt because doubting everything would take you on the right path, because you remain skeptic, your skepticism would take you on the right path. I am the person of doubt. I am the person of skepticism. I am not the person of faith. That's what a mystic is, you see. You have done this religious saga for entire life of yours, and you still look so miserable that misery is written all over your face, and I can read that. Not only that, but I can see through you, you know. So ponder on what I said today. This video has two segments. Number one is look at life without words, and two, look at life as it is happening. Again, without words, but in terms of vibrations and in terms of frequency. You see, one, make a room and let go of the previous. Do not cling on it. You cannot cling on it. You cannot make somebody love you. It's not possible. It is love is something, it's either there or it is not. You cannot say my love can change anybody. No, your love cannot. Don't live in the illusion, and in the process do not hurt yourself, and in the process do not hurt others. First understand and know what you want to do before you get involved and you try to get other people involved. You understand? So this is what I gave you. Because remember, as I told you, these lies are very compelling. You see, lies that you live in are very compelling. Dualities, just like the rubber, the rubber band. I give you the metaphor of a rubber band, just like the rubber band, tight, super thick, brand new rubber band, and you pull on that rubber band, and it compels both sides of the rubber band. The brand new super thick rubber, and then that's how it compels you towards it. You see, get rid of the tension, which obviously is being generated by the pulling of that rubber band. Get rid of that. If you have any questions regarding what I said, if you have any questions about my outspoken words, outspoken words, I say these things not many people have the guts to say, because am, I know that I don't expect anything. I know that I do not expect anything in return from you. I have no greed from you. I don't want anything from you. I don't want no money. Money and me do not get along together. Most people in a relationship, if you understand most people, their idea of growth in terms of designation, authority, and obviously money comes with that. Most of this is what you human understand as growth. What else is growth is there? You have no idea of real growth. You know how? I'm not making an assumption you have no idea, because when I talk to you, it reflects. If you had any idea of real growth, it would resonate through you. You see? Anyway, my job is to bring clarity in humans, and I do my job. And I do my job with all my sincerity. My job is done. What you do with that is your job. You see? One door is closing, maybe for me. I am welcoming the other door, whoever that may be, whoever that may be. Only very few, only soon it would be revealed. Only soon, maybe it would be revealed who is next. The door is opening. Who is next? I let go the door which is closed or is going to be closed with no remorse, with no. We have karmic bonds with you. Our soul encountered each other. I always welcome whoever has the account. Identification and names are not important. I go by the vibrations, I go by the soul, I go by the exchange of energy. Whoever is next, I welcome. Life, this is what life is. The only consistency that you would find in life is the variation. Do you understand? I repeat, the only consistency that you would find in life is the variation. I repeated that so it would get through you, it would sink in you. So understand and remember. I always tell you to remember the word remember. So ponder on what I said and do not go anywhere, because everything, remember something, everything in the end requires practical, which is what? Which is the meditation. So do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. You can either, unfortunately, you can either suffer the drama of memories if you are not able to handle it, if you are not able to control it. You can either suffer your memory or you can do something about that, because suffering is agitation and agitation is very agitated. Just so you know, just so you know that as I mentioned, that I welcome the next karmic vibration and I welcome the next karmic account, if you understand, as I mentioned. So remember that I am open to take applications if you wanted to apply. Let go. You don't let go. The most significant thing that you would learn in this lifetime is to let go. If you try to cling on things that you cannot cling on, you would always suffer. There is no other way around it. Your Christ, your mullah, your rabbi are meaningless. Christ showed you a beautiful way to heaven, but he also said the kingdom of heaven is within, you see. Christ, custodian of the planet. I say Lord Christ, absolutely, with utmost respect. But he showed you the way he has done his job, just like I have done my job, while I brought clarity here in your perception. You need to do your part. Christ cannot live for you. Christ did not die for your sins. You understand? No, nobody. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, because when you die and the moment you leave your body, and if you live like that, that Christ died for your sins, you're going to get the biggest surprise of your entire lifetime that you didn't get in this lifetime, only when you died. And I can promise my life on it. So when I tell you something, I tell you through my own experience. Did I die? Absolutely. For numerous minutes. How do I know? Through my own experience. Otherwise, I wouldn't have mentioned that. And so many other numerous people, so many other numerous people they basically went through the same, and they tell you, if they are telling you the truth, I can verify and I can tell this person is telling the truth, which is very similar to my truth, by the way. Ganpati Papa Mama Puriya. Yeah, we'll see about that, won't we? All right, let's do some action. Oh, oh.